Radio. Shout it.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Of course, you know it's your folk, Beehive Radio shouting and stepping in the building. I got a friend to the show, an A-Town player in his own right. My dog, LA the Boomman. What's good with it, boss?
What's going on with you, Beehive?
Man, feeling good, feeling great. Now, Boom, you know, authentic empire, man. It's authentic or nothing right now.
Right.
Break down this new movement to me because, I mean, y'all are taking over the city already.
Well, for me, I know it got a movement feel to it. Mm-hmm. I really want to change the narrative of it.
Ooh.
Because my goal isn't for it to be a movement.
Okay.
My goal is to make it like a legitimate business, and I want it to be more like a 300, like an Alamo, like an Interscope, Atlantic. Like, so I'm on a bigger plate. But I understand coming out of Atlanta with the Fujianos, the Euro Goddess, the Money Moves, the YSNs, the, you know, all the different artists that we got going on that's having traction and having motion. Yeah. And they seeing us in the city predominantly from Atlanta, it feels more like a movement base.
Exactly.
But the thing is we have, I want to say, bro, we service right now over 500 artists.
What?
We service over 500 artists, you know what I'm saying, in different things, whether it's studio time, video, mix master, consulting, management. It's like every day. So what we are an independent hub for independent artists to come and get real label services.
Come on now.
So if you want a real label service, you want an interview with Beehive, you come through us, we can schedule something, we can get some real exposure.
Thanks.
You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
That you know it's credible compared to,
Exactly.
you know, when I was coming up, it was a lot of rinky-dink managers, you know what I'm saying? You meet him at McDonald's, I can do this, bro, I can put you on, what you buy into it, but had no real relationship, but knew you had talent, but didn't know what to do with it. So what they would do was they would just attach themselves to you and try to figure it out. And if they couldn't figure it out, the artists be disgruntled.
Facts.
And then, you know, they artists end up doing it by themselves, and the management is still attached to them. So
Facts.
I wanted to give artists an opportunity and a place to where they can come to, and they don't have to worry about attaching themselves to anybody, and they can really get those services. And if you need management, it could be done on a month-to-month basis. You get where I'm coming from? So even if you want to get signed or if you want to get promoted, you want to get marketed, I just need a great mix and master. I'm tired of Blow Joe. I'm in the house mixing my records, you know what I'm saying, for $500, but he ain't mixing me.
It
like
ain't
he
right.
You get where I'm coming from? So
yes,
just different things like that. Like that's who we are. That's what we do. We got our own niche. We're in a blue ocean. I know a lot of people trying to figure out the formula and the recipe, but what we're doing is we're offering a service that nobody else is offering to independent artists, and it's legit.
From MMI to AE, man, take me back to the MMI days.
Right.
In the club, you're getting the party started at a time in Atlanta where the party was really dominating the whole industry down here.
Right.
So talk to me about first taking over the party, but then transitioning from the club to the music.
So throwing parties was a mean. See, me, I never sold drugs.
Yeah.
You get where I'm coming from? I never was a robber. I never kicked doors. I never did none of that.
Exactly.
You know? So that wasn't my whole thing. I was known, I got my name Boomman for hustling. You know what I'm saying? So, but I would hustle other things. You feel where I'm coming from? So I would hustle shoes, jewelry, socks, hats, clothes. I open up a clothes store. I throw parties. I do events. You know, I connect people. So, you know, the party was a way of me to get fast cash legally. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a flip game for me, you know. It was a situation where I had a couple friends who was doing party. They put me on game and said, bro, just book stars and do radio. And I had another partner say his partner was doing good because he did guerrilla promotion. And he had the biggest flyers and posters. So what I decided to do was take both of what they was doing and meshing it together. And that's how I end up becoming real dominant in the promoting world and the marketing world as far as throwing parties. And I would just do it bigger and bigger and bigger, you know what I'm saying? But what eventually happened was it became not fun, you know what I'm saying? Because when I did start doing it in Atlanta, it takes so much to throw a party to make so little money. You get where I'm coming from? So it's like you get what I call in this hamster wheel. And you start running in the same, and you can't, your mind can't expand and go other places so you could do other things. So you be stuck in that same cycle. And I was like, I don't want to keep doing this. So I'm popping off one party to prepare for the next one. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I can't do nothing else. And it was like, that wasn't for me. So I just said, and it became less fun when your team started wanting to be individuals and not a team. And the problem is, what I had to learn, and which I kind of already knew subconsciously, not reading and understanding, that business is a team sport. So many people want to be individual, like I'm the man, but they don't understand the reason why I'm winning right now with Authentic Empire, and the reason why I was winning with MMI is because I had like MMI had like 200 people. I would meet at Figure 8.
Y'all had niggas in Germany.
Yeah, for sure.
You see what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Still got them overseas. You know what I'm saying? Germany, the islands, everywhere. So, but the thing is I knew back then it was about numbers, not myself, because I could only do so much by myself. So I had to be selfless, want to take care of other people, and that's what I'm doing now. So now we got a multi-million-dollar company. You know, last year we did almost 20 million. So
okay,
coming out the dirt. So that's a blessing. You feel me? This year we probably finna surpass that. So. We are going to surpass that.
Well, I already see y'all surpassing that. Yeah. Before I get to the AE, I got to ask about the Roscoe Dashes and the KEs, man, because as far as just this Atlanta music scene, don't get it messed up. You left your stain on the game too as well. Right. So I mean, and making it again right now as we speak. But at that time, what was it like making that transition with Roscoe and KE?
You talking about when I found them or when I was moving away from them?
Well, now, when you found them and you were starting to go into the music side of things.
That was a purity. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, for me, I was learning the music business. You know where I'm coming from? But I knew talent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? For me, and I was throwing parties. So I knew how to promote it and market it. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm from Atlanta. Yeah. So I had relationships with a lot. Base. Yeah, like, you know, I grew up next door to Future.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I went to high school with K-Rap.
Come on.
You know where I come from? We were best friends. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. With Pimpin' from Franchise. Dro was in my homeroom.
Oh, my God. Like, exactly. So it just made sense.
Yeah, so for me, you know, it's just a part of the culture. You feel me? So the reason why I found KE is because I was trying to create a label with K-Rap, but I was in the military, so I went to the military to go get the bread up to start the label.
Come on now. Come on now.
So when I went to get the bread to start the label in the military, I was overseas in Iraq during the war. And I'm reading through the source of the vibe. I can't remember which magazine it was. You get where I'm coming from? Yeah. But I see K-Rap in there. Just did a deal with Lil Jon. I'm like, oh, we on.
Exactly.
You get where I'm coming from? Yeah. So I come back. And he already got certain people around him. They didn't want me apart. And I was trying to intern with them, and they really wasn't trying to let me in for real. And so I told myself, I said, next time I find me a producer, I'm going to sign him. Ooh. I was invited also already in the military. Yeah. He was down there. And I was like, dang, bro, you harder than K-Rap. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, bro, I can help you out. I was just straightforward. Like, I know a lot of people in Atlanta, and he was K-Rap was his favorite producer. Damn. So I was like, shoot, that's my partner. I can introduce you. Maybe I was thinking maybe me and him could do it together, but he didn't really want to. He was in his own world doing his own kind of thing. Yeah. So we ended up putting CDs around at D4L studio with Shawty Low them. J Money picked up the CD. And at the same time on the east side, he was doing his internet thing and sending records to the group FLY. Oh man. And so at the same time, they created Swag Surfing, and J Money done created First Name, Last Name. From there we started working with Travis Porter and different other people, and the futuristic movement was born with Young LA, and that we got that whole sound.
Nigga, that was nasty as hell. What you just broke down to me right there is just the influence and the impact that you have from a lot of people from the city that goes unsung and unheard of. Right. But folks don't understand who was actually making those plays to give you this music that's still getting played. Timeless music. Timeless music now. It's one thing to get a hit here, get a hit there. Right. We literally are still playing these songs in the club to this day. Right. How do you feel when you look at just from the production side of things what you brought to the game? I ain't even got the Roscoe yet. How do you feel when you still hear them songs bumping?
Man, it's a blessing because I listen to, I'm like, I'm behind that. Yeah. I'm behind that. Yeah. I'm behind that. So I listen to, even when you go to birthday parties, weddings, all kind of stuff. It's like they playing KE, Swag Surfing, they playing Roscoe Dash, No Hands, all the way turned up, show. You know what I'm saying? Just different stuff. So they playing. Then I was behind the Beef It Up and the But We Turn Up. And, you know what I'm saying? The Nay, the Juju on the beat. You know what I'm saying? So I've been behind the culture for so long, even with Mr. Hot Spots and the Light Global, and when they signed Lil Pump. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to tell them how to sign Lil Pump. And then I done consulted other labels like the Love Renaissance and Lights Global, and you know what I'm saying, just different people I've consulted over the years, and they've been very, very successful and made millions of dollars.
What was it like when you saw Roscoe blow up and you knew that was your artist and you was doing your damn thing in the game? You had came from doing parties and then just hustling beforehand. And another thing too that I want people to understand is every time you hear this man talking about a play that he made that was successful, you first hear him talking about getting his lumber up in a legal way to be able to do that stuff.
Yeah, that was important to me. Like, what was important to me was to let the streets know and let people know you can do it another way.
Exactly.
Because most people feel like that's the only way. And I done lived in every project in Atlanta, bro.
Come on.
Like, I done stayed on every side of Atlanta, from Boulevard to the Plug to the west side, southwest, the Allen Temple, the Spanish Mission, all of them. Like, I done stayed everywhere, but on the east side, I went to Miller Grove, I went to Main Street, I went to West Clayton, I went to North Clayton Middle, I went, you know what I'm saying? I done stayed everywhere, Ridgeview, North Side. So I'm really from Atlanta. And so, like, a lot of my peers, it's cultural. And because of the school system, like, I graduated from Darrell, bro. They call it Thug High.
I know about Thug High.
You feel me?
Come on.
Coming out of there, people didn't expect me to be nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was quiet. I was considered a lame. You know what I'm saying? But because I was always mentally on something else. You feel me?
If I recall correctly, though, you were hooping, though.
Oh, yeah, I could hoop now. I used to go hoop, bro. Like, I'm about to be 40 this year, so it ain't the same. And I ain't really hooped in like 2 years. But, yeah, I was a hooper.
Yeah,
exactly. They know me. They know me on Campbellton.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now Roscoe takes off. What was that experience like?
I said, like, that was crazy. It was just like me walking in my destiny. You know what I'm saying? Knowing, hey, that's validation of this is what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when I did that and helped him get to where he was trying to get to, and then it only took me 3 months.
My God.
You feel me? From not even being known for his own song to $1 million deal at Interscope, I knew that was my destiny and how I set it up and how I worked. I just knew, like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be helping artists take their music to the next level.
Exactly.